Hello there and welcome to Black Jackal Gaming. GW have dropped the 10th edition datasheet for Guilliman, so let's dive right in and take a look at it. The Avenging Sun is definitely being buffed up. He's coming back tougher than ever. He's still a force multiplier. He has a selection of different abilities that he can dish out. He's had massive buffs to his melee ability, and his leadership, yeah, it's decent enough. So the Lord of Macragge has gone up to toughness 9. This is in line with what we've seen so far for 10th edition, so he should be pretty tough to move, but some of the more anti-tank and anti-monster weapons will rile him up a little bit. They will punch straight through that armour, but he does have a 2-up save with a 5-up invulnerability save and has gained an additional wound. His leadership is only 5+, so you do have a chance of failing it, especially against Tyranids, when they have the ability to give you a -1 to your battle shock roll. So 2d6 getting a 6, there is a chance that this guy could fail them, especially when you can be forced into taking battle shock. So he's got objective control of 4+, so this is in line with the other 10th edition models. Looking at the troops and the larger models, the larger models have been given a bit of a bump because they are these big models that should occupy space and they should control objectives. His range attacks are pretty good for what is essentially just a gun on the end of his finger. So he's got 2 attacks, rapid fire, a ballistic skill 2, strength 6, -2 AP and a damage profile of 2. He's not going to do massive damage with this, but he will be targeting things such as Terminators and Gravis armor, Marines, so he can punch through their armor relatively easily. So it's his melee ability that has had the massive glow up. So he's got 2 different weapons that you can use. The first one being the Emperor's Sword. Now this is 14 attacks, weapon skill 2, strength 8, -3 AP and 2 damage apiece. This also carries the devastating wounds keyword. This keyword allows mortal wounds in addition on wounds of 6+. So you push through a couple of 6+ wounds on this and you're doing some real good damage. Now his second option is the Handed Dominion. Now this comes in at 7 attacks, so half the amount of attacks as the Emperor's Sword. Weapon skill 2+, it's strength 14, -3, damage 4. So this is less attacks, but it's a much higher strength, additional AP and double the damage. As well as this, it comes with the keyword lethal hits. Now what this does is that critical hits count as automatic wounds. So when you're rolling a 6 to hit with this bad boy, it will automatically wound the opponent. So Bobby G comes with some good abilities. So we'll start off with the Ultramarine Bodyguard. What this is that when he's within 3 inches of an Astartes infantry unit, he gains the Lone Operative keyword. Now this keyword stops him from being targeted by ranged attacks unless he's within 12 inches of the attacking unit. He has the Armour of Fate, so this is back for this edition. It's slightly different from before, so the first time when he dies on the battlefield, on the roll of a 3+, he stands back up. Now he has to be placed as close to as possibly where he died, but he cannot be placed within engagement range of an enemy model. So this potentially can buy you a couple of inches, put you on another objective and steal that from someone else. So him dying might actually be beneficial to your strategy. Now his final ability is called the Author of the Codex. So what this is, in your command phase he gets to select one of 3 different abilities for that turn. These abilities will stay operational until your next command phase, and you can choose them more than once per game. So the first one is Primarch the 13th. Anytime there's an Astartes unit within 6 inches, they gain +1 to their objective control and they can reroll any battle shock failures. The second one is called the Master of Battle. So what usually happens when you're in the Oath of Moment faction, you can choose 1 opponent per turn, and until the end of that turn, if that unit's alive, any attacks can be re-rolled. That's including hits and wounds, full re-rolls. So the Master of Battle lets you select 2 units. However, one of these units has to be destroyed for it to reactivate, and the second unit also be able to re-roll the attacks and wounds. So this is quite good if you want to stack deaths on multiple units, but you've got to make sure that you have enough firepower in place to kill that first unit so you can get maximum efficiency out of this ability. And the last ability is that once a turn you can target an Astartes unit within 12 inches. And when you use a stratagem, and now this stratagem could have already been used during this phase, it will cost you 0 CP. So this is really good if you've got strong stratagems such as transhuman and you're in the position where you really need 2 units to survive. You're going to get 2 uses out of this for the price of 1. So in a nutshell, it looks like they've made them tougher, so he should stay around on the battlefield a little bit longer. They've souped him up in combat so he can actually now kill things. He's got enough attacks and enough damage to deal out different types of wounds to different types of opponents. And he's still a force multiplier like he should be. It's gone a little bit towards the lore and fluff where you can kind of choose exactly what you want to do. Add a certain amount of flexibility, but at the same time rigidity to your army as well, as you expect Bobby G to do. Like with most of the models so far, they look good to excellent, but it all depends on the point cost. How much are they going to cost? If they cost too much, it doesn't matter how good that data sheet is. Will they be efficient? Will they be of use? It's a cracking model anyway, so if you want to put them in your army, it's always going to look awesome on the battlefield. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any comments, then pop them below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, then please hit the like button as it greatly helps the channel. Hit the subscribe button to see any future Warhammer content. Take it easy and see you next time for more grim darkness from the 41st millennium.